Alright, I think we're live here. Let me see. Make sure we're over here. Alright, I guess you guys seen. Oh, wait a minute, we're over here now. I got two cameras, I'm sorry. Yeah, actually, one over here. Alright, this is a live video. Thanks for watching. I don't think I see anybody on there yet, but that's okay. The deal is I want to do this on Slap Recons, and it's kind of something that should have went on ESP, Explain Strange podcast, and I hope that y'all can hear me well. My voice sometimes gets like that. But anyway, I'm going to talk. I was hoping to get some people on here, and if not, just when you watch later, when you watch later, would you please just go ahead and add a comment or do whatever at the bottom down there, because you're always free to do that. So I mean, you're good to go on that. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the drone situation that's going on. I know that there's a lot of questioning on that, and I just kind of want to know more or less. I might not want to know. I think that, I'm guessing that it's something everybody's it's on everybody's mind right now, and it's like a big topic. Everybody's talking about it right now, and I want to know. I want to kind of just talk a little bit about. Hold on, so I don't get no double. Okay. All right. So I just want to make sure I talk a little bit about it. I'm going to go ahead and give you what my insights are and what I found out so far and what I know about it. Okay. So we're gonna do this. First of all, I'm going to talk about. They're over New Jersey, but I looked on doing some research on it, and I come to find out they're not only in New Jersey, they are in other states. So I looked it up, and they're in New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and Ohio. And the other thing that I found out about that is they have had some sightings of drones flying. I'm sorry, and somebody pushing that, and restricted areas in Massachusetts and in California. So they've had reports out there and had some issues out there. Also, I want to mention that all this started, from what I read, November 18th, and that's what they're saying. That's when the first report to that's according to the Federal Aviation Administration. They're the ones that are saying that that's the first report that they had received. Now, I'm sure people saw them way before that, but nobody really took into kind of what they were doing up there. They just thought they were just regular drones, I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't live out there in New Jersey. I'm in Texas. Texas, we don't have that problem. We'll shoot them down. I mean, they'd have been shot down a long time ago. I'm just telling you how these old Texas boys are down here, man. We don't play that game. We mostly all Texans, the majority carry arms or have shotguns or go hunting or do something like that. So, I mean, that's just what I say. So, also, I was going to say one other thing. Where is it? Oh, man, I'm trying to get these. I had to go back because I had them on my phone, but I turned around and I had to go write them on here, man. And if you guys were to see my writing, oh, my God. Now, remember, a lot of this information that I'm getting, I go to the news sources and I'm going to Google, so I kind of look at them, as my platforms to where I get my knowledge. So not that it's a lot of knowledge, but little knowledge. So what little knowledge I have, especially on the drones. So I think that my opinion is I used to have it. I was a drone pilot, I will say that. And then I sent a drone to Dalen Spratt from the Ghost Brothers. I sent one to him. Whether he's been messing with his or not, I'm not sure. I kind of dropped out of it to go ahead and do more of this and that, because the drone situation is kind of hard to do. I mean, there's a lot involved. There's a lot of rules and FAA and FEB and FBI and all this stuff. So I just kind of nah, man, I don't want to mess with it. I don't want to get involved with that because there's enough in this. So you have to know enough to do one of these things, This is a podcast. Actual podcast that I'm doing on Slap Recon. I normally don't do podcasts here. I'll share from ESP, but I normally don't. So a lot of this is going to go straight to ESP. This whole video may just jump over to ESP and it might go on to YouTube there. So that's the game plan. So I don't know what's going to happen yet. I know this. I saw that there was 2 arrests in Boston Sunday. Now I don't know if anybody caught that on the news, and if you did, leave that in the comments. But there was 2 arrests. There were actually in Boston, and what it was on them particular arrests, it was mainly they were flying too close to airports. I didn't catch the airport out there, which airport or whatnot, if it was a small one, a big one, but I'm sure if they got arrested, it had to be a pretty good sized airport. Big jets and stuff, whatever, But yeah, there was 2 arrested, and I'm not sure, it didn't say anything if it was actually affiliated with these drone sightings. I kind of doubt that it was, so we'll just say it wasn't. And then I don't know, who's to say? I'm not the one to say. I'm just trying to talk drones here. I just thought I'd give you my insight on them, And I did notice this, that Chuck Schumer from the White House, one of the politicians, he came out and did a press conference. I think it was yesterday or Saturday. It might have been yesterday. But he came out and he did a press conference, and what he was saying is, he's asking the government to send in what they call the Robin. And the Robin, looking up that, is a type of radar system designated to detect small flying objects. They use it in, it's used in airports, some airports, I don't know if it's all of them, but I know they use them in airports. And what its capability is to detect small flying objects, like sporadically or whatever. It can catch multiple of them at one time. So they use it for the birds to kind of like, I guess, something. Well, the control tower, I guess, has, and I'm just saying, but I know they use it for that to detect the birds, the motion of the birds, which direction they're going to be going and whatnot. And I guess to give the control tower, a heads up on the planes coming out of there, so they can give a heads up to the pilots that are leaving and whatnot, so they try to prevent birds from going into the engines and whatnot. But that's kind of like what it said, So, but whether they use them in all airports again, I don't know. But I do know that there's a lot of politicians asking, because Chuck Schumer was on there and he was asking, and he said that he had sent a letter to that Moriegas guy or whatever, the one that didn't do nothing at the border, or supposedly whatever. But I know because I saw that when they were questioning him and everything, and it was like they were really hammering that dude. But hey, that's a politician's job. Their job is to go ahead and make sure that y'all are hired to do a job. Those people are hired to do a job. They got to do it. So, but that's just the game. So I don't know any other sightings other than I always hear New Jersey. If any of you guys hear anything other than that, I think I did hear something on New York, but I didn't hear anything. I haven't heard anything in Virginia and Ohio yet. I haven't. And I'm not 100% just watching the news and whatnot, but I didn't see anything on that yet. So if you guys did, then, leave a comment at the bottom. Let me know there too. So, anyway, anything else that you guys have on drones, if you want to send some other information on it, or you might want to come on ESP and talk about these drones, or you have a knowledge of drones, you're like a drone pilot, or you just been following it closer or better than I have, and you think you want to do a topic on it with us, feel free to contact us. I don't have a problem doing that at all. We'll go ahead and set up an ESP, Explain Strange podcast, and we'll get you on there, and we'll let you tell us what you know, let you tell us what you've seen, so I hope that more you can come across as this video goes later on, because like I said, I'm not expecting really a bunch of people to pop in on this at all. I just kind of knew that I needed to do something and say something about these drones, because it's kind of like, I don't know, to me it's kind of like, not a mystery, and I know that a lot of people are thinking that it is, but it could be some people just, I don't know, clubs enthusiasts or something like that, and they got together and let's go here and do do this for attention, or I don't know. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you think. Because at any given point, you can always just type in on the Google thing, the Google site, any search engines or whatever they are, and you're going to get all kind of stuff. I'm typing in here, and they found some of them are saying that they have found little or no evidence. This one is saying that drone detectors in New Jersey have found little or no evidence of wrongdoing, the governor says. But how can the governor come out and say that when all these drones are flying all over the place? Now, that's another thing, because there have been different politicians that I have seen out there too. So I don't think it has anything to do with the political party. Let's see, I've kept y'all here about 28 minutes. It looks like 28. I'm going to give you just a couple more minutes. Slap Recon is working still on getting some more videos shot and everything. I know it's the holidays, and holidays starting from October all the way through December. It's so hard to plan different events. Now, there are events that I can go out and do, and there's some that I should be out doing now, and I feel kind of bad that I've missed some. I've been invited to some, but there's been, as y'all know, I just came into my new house, and still trying to get things in order, so, and not to mention all some, other stuff, legal stuff, bills or other, I don't know, whatever you call it. But yeah, it's been a lot of, headache, if you want to say it. And I'm a migraine sufferer, man, so I gotta be cool with all that. I can't just be popping off into headaches and whatnot. But I know that things are starting to come around now. Now, hopefully by January, and now I'm really shooting for January to be the full circle for the move-in, and because there was a lot of work, a lot of trouble. I hated it. Now moving out and then living over there where I was living in that hotel thing, whatever. Hey, it's always a headache. It's always a headache. Anybody can say whatever they want. I liked it or whatever. But when you've been living in a home for as many years as I've been living here, well, the other house, should I say? But anyway, ESP is. We're in the middle of doing a few things. We had, somebody had to leave, and it happens. Nobody can stay forever, and I understand that. And so we're going to keep on moving and doing what we do, and which is, continue to try to shoot podcasts. We're lining them up now, so if any of y'all want to have an idea, y'all want to pop in and join us, that's fine. Just say the word. I was trying to set up one where I can get like 3 or 4, maybe 5 people. I would like 5 people on the Explain Streams podcast side. I would like to have like 5 people waiting in our what they call the waiting room in the format that we use. We use Riverside, and we just give you a link. You'll link on, and it'll tell you you're in the waiting room, and that we're already live or whatever. And then we'll do the show. And the object is we'll bring one in at a time, on the podcast, and you'll ask your question. We'll have our little say with you and blah blah, and then we'll go ahead and you can just hang up at that point. And it's like hanging up a phone. I think there is a little phone down there. You just hit that end call or whatever. I don't know what it is. You just log out or just hit the X button, and then we'll bring in the next person. Because they're all going to be on the side, and we can see them from over here, and they'll be all on the side here, and we'll see who's all in the waiting room. And so anyway, if anybody's interested in doing that, I think that's going to be a fun one. I hope to hit the road a little bit January too. That was my game plan in the beginning. So if I can just catch up with what I've been doing and get this thing homestead all straightened out, everything should be good for that. Where I'm going to go, I'm not sure yet. There's a lot of places I'd love to go see. I want to go see the Goatman's Bridge. I'm really, really wanting to go out there. I want to do with Tony Taylor, one of the newer members. Catch him. He's good. Not saying the other's bad. I'm just saying for him popping in now, he's good. He's been on our show before, so he does an excellent job. He's got a lot of knowledge, real good. He really is an asset to ESP. But I know that I'd like to get together with him, and I'd like for him and I to do a story on what we call down here in Texas, or Houston, Texas area. I think it was in League City, not far from here, what they call the killing fields. So I'm planning on doing something with that. So I think that'd be interesting. When this thing hits the YouTube, and like I said, it'll hit tomorrow. I was thinking tonight, but I think it's going to be tomorrow because I got some editing to do. I'm going to pop in some videos and stuff that I found. And Tony, he's already found some for me, and I'll go ahead and pop those in here. And so when this thing comes out, it's going to have edited stuff in there, okay? So, and even though I know that a lot of people weren't able to view today, this was a bad time, and I know it is, because when you work, it's just like, that's a bad time to do anything, because you're either coming or going. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, that's how it was with me all my life. So, but feel free, please leave comments on this thing later, because this is going to be on there tonight, now, after this thing ends. But I'm going to do it later, and then I'll repost it. So, anyway, thanks a lot for watching at a later date, but thanks for watching. That's Slap Recon giving a kind of an update on what I was thinking, what we're trying to do, but then I wanted to put this thing on drones just to say something about these drones, and I wanted to give some of y'all the opportunity to go ahead and mention your thoughts on the drone. So again, if you have your thoughts, have any thoughts, any comments, or whatever you want to call them, or something you just know more about drones than I do, and I'm sure you do, post it. Don't be shy. Post it. Anybody can post. This thing ain't just for certain people. We're for everybody. Anybody who's friended us, follows us, subscribes to us. Anyone. Anyone. We got over 400 and something that are following or subscribing or whatever. Well, if we go to the whole number, it's over that, way over that. But anybody can just pop on and say, hey, you know what? Send me a message and say, I'd like to be on your show, and we'll try to work you in. We'll get you on there. But anybody can comment. Anybody can comment. So anyway, that's going to do it for you. Now this is going to shut this down. And thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed this podcast, or Slap Recon's version of a podcast. Not virgin podcast. I don't know. Have I done it before? I don't even know. Yeah, let's see. No, did I? No, because I don't call Slap Recon podcast. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot for watching. You guys take care. Stay who you are, and who knows? Maybe I'll see you in the podcast later.